Hello, everybody. I am David, and today I'm going to be doing my DC TV recap where I talk about Supergirl, Gotham, Arrow, The Flash, and Legends of Tomorrow. And so this week, no Gotham still. Hopefully, we'll be back very soon. I believe sometime in April, first week of April, it should be back. But we still have these other four great shows to talk about, so let's talk about them. Let's start off with Supergirl, which was called Star-Crossed, Season 2, Episode 16. This definitely was a heavy focus on Mon-El and Supergirl Kara's relationship. We get to see Terry Hatcher and Kevin Sorbo, who had a cameo at the very end of last week's episode, guest star on this. I was kind of hoping that they would have a little bit more of a meteor role. I felt they didn't have enough to do, really. They were just like being parents. I thought they were going to be real villains, showing how much of a threat they could be. It was cool seeing them. Kevin Sorbo, if anyone remembers, back in the mid-90s, there was Hercules, The Legendary Journeys, where he played the title character. And Terry Hatcher was Lois from Lois and Clark, with Dean Cain, who played Superman in that show. Funny enough, for those of you that don't know, Kevin Sorbo was actually, I believe, runners-up to play Superman in that Lois and Clark show. I remember listening to the commentary on the pilot episode of Lois and Clark. They did mention Kevin Sorbo as someone who auditioned for the role, but he went on to do something else. And so fate works all the way around. And so, yeah, I really... this episode was fine. There were some really impressive moments, especially in the beginning. I remember when Kara went up to fight that ship, to fight the ship for the first time, and that was like, wow, what is going on here? This looks amazing. I thought we were going to have a wild episode from here, but instead it was more relationship drama, which, if you know me, you know that's some of my least favorite stuff. It was still a good episode. Like, there were some good moments. I liked the dinner. The dinner conversation went where I thought it was going to go. It was going to be a really bad moment during dinner, where Supergirl doesn't like what she's hearing from these parents, and Mon-El is like looking bad. But for what it's worth, it was a good episode. Next, we got The Flash, Season 3, Episode 17, Duet, and we get Supergirl crossing over into The Flash this time, because at the end of Supergirl, we see the Music Meister, who whammies her, as the Team Flash likes to put it, and brings her over to Flash's world. So that's where Flash now takes place. And Flash and Supergirl are both whammied and are in this dreamlike world where they have to sing. And it's definitely a musical. And when I first heard about this idea, you can go and check out my Flash review afterwards. I go a little bit more in depth into it. But to make it simple, I did enjoy this episode. I had a fun time with it. I thought it was very fun. It was great seeing Kara and Barry deal with something that was very different. And I like musicals, especially when it comes to those classic Disney musicals, like from The Little Mermaid through Tarzan. That's like my favorite era of Disney, because all those films are very much like Broadway musicals, and that's what I felt that this episode kind of was. And I thought it worked really well. Those, even those classic films like Singing in the Rain that Barry was watching earlier on in the film, in the episode, I thought was a really nice setup on the type of feel that they wanted to get. And seeing all the actors that were musically talented get to shine as well. I felt everybody got their chance to shine in their singing talents, which I thought was a lot of fun. So yeah, there's that. Next, we got Legends of Tomorrow, Season 2, Episode 15, Fellowship of the Spear. This was a really good episode for Legends of Tomorrow. Legends of Tomorrow, man, if you were disappointed in Season 1, I totally recommend to go back and watch Season 2. Watch it from the beginning. to end, because so far, I mean, we have 2 more episodes to go this season. And from everything that I've been getting so far, I've been loving every minute of Legends this season. To me, the season gets better and better and better. The more momentum happens, the better it gets. And this episode, definitely one of the best episodes this season. And we get the characters going back to World War One and getting JRR Tolkien's help, the creator of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, to help him find the blood of Jesus Christ. I'm a religious guy, so I can actually, when it comes to movies and television and when they use religion, I can put my religion beliefs aside for the entertainment purposes of a show. The reason I'm bringing that up is because I know people that are very religious that don't know how to do that and might get offended with this. For me, I really enjoyed it. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Lord of the Rings and Indiana Jones, even though this was more definitely of a love letter to Lord of the Rings. It was a more dramatic adventure. Unlike the George Lucas episode, which was a lot more fun, this one was a lot more dramatic and adventurous, which I really enjoyed. I thought was really cool. And obviously, this really involves Mick a lot, because Mick, he doesn't like that his friends are not believing him or trusting him on certain things, because he did think Captain Cold was just an illusion, and then it turned out, no, Leonard is actually here. He is alive. They got him. They whipped him out somewhere in time before he joined the Legends, and now Snart is part of the bad guys, and Mick is now joining them too. I really enjoyed this, not just because of the whole situation that was going on, which I loved, but because of Mick's storyline as well. I felt bad for Mick because no one was believing him, and you can tell he was like kind of heartbroken that everybody was not trusting him on this. And it's true, he deserved to. I don't think he should have went to the bad guy's side, but some people think that this actually might get Mick to be the hero and save the day by the end. We'll have to wait and see on that, but it's the finale is definitely looking really good. And now we got Arrow, Season 5, Episode 17, Capuchin. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a Russian word. I don't speak Russian. And you can go see my full-depth review on this. But to keep it short, I will say this was an amazing episode. One of the best episodes of Arrow of all time. I really, really enjoyed this episode a lot. It was intense. It was really well acted. Stephen Amell probably puts on one of his best performances in the series so far. Adrian Chase shows the kind of monster that he is. Some people will say the secret that Oliver had was probably a little weak. Yawn. I don't think so. I don't think it was that weak. Because, even though Oliver was a killer, putting a spin on it that he enjoyed killing all this time, that he was just using his hero escapades as an excuse, puts a much more darker and twisted way on looking at the previous seasons now. Obviously, Oliver tried to change as time went on, but then something always brought him back to the darker side by killing people. And I actually like that spin on it. I actually think it's more interesting that all this time he's been enjoying the thrill of killing someone. And he has been acting like a hero all this time. Through his eyes, he's convinced himself, no, I enjoy saving people. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. It kind of makes you think, holy shit, Oliver is insane, and that's what we're learning in this episode. If they find some cheap excuse to kind of rectify that, I'll kind of be disappointed. But so far, I think it was a great episode, and I thought the way it all played out turned out really well. So it does, yeah, we're getting Oliver quitting again, which he kind of done in the past. But in the past, he was quitting for good reasons. He was quitting because he felt the city was safe under his friend's protection. Well, this time he's quitting because he feels like maybe I have gone too far with this, and that's why. So it's sort of a reversal effect, in my opinion. So with that being said, best and worst of this week. Or least best, I'll say, because I enjoyed everything this week. Yeah, some more than others, obviously. Okay, if you haven't guessed, Arrow was the best this season. I mean, this week. It was just, yeah, it was one of the best Arrow episodes that we have gotten. I think I haven't been this excited after an episode ended since that mid-season finale of season 3, where Ra's al Ghul kills Oliver and kicks him off the cliff. That's how excited I think I was after I watched this episode. So there's that. Least best episode of the week, I'm going to give it to Supergirl, unfortunately. I really enjoyed the Flash Supergirl musical. I thought that was a lot of fun. The Legends... I really did think, before this Arrow episode, I really did think Legends was going to win it this week. But then Arrow kind of came and was like, sorry, Legends, maybe next time. You were second place, though, so almost. Yeah, but Supergirl was my least favorite this week. I still enjoyed it. It was good, but like, meh, romance drama, that's my least favorite stuff from this show. So with that being said, guys, I'm ending it here. I hope you agreed with me. Comment below, tell me your favorite episodes of this week. Do you even watch all these shows like I do, all these DC shows? Comment below and tell me, share your thoughts on some of these episodes and your theories, etc. Subscribe to my channel if you're a huge fan of any of these shows. And until next time, guys, take care.